Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at r/relationships. This is the fourth video I've recorded now today, and I feel like my mouth is a little bit confused with life. So apologies if I trip over my words quite a lot. I'm trying, okay? I'm really trying. I'm trying to get a lot of videos done now, ready for when I go away next week, so that I can still have some scheduled to post. But yeah, if posts are a little bit funny next week, that's the week of July 14th, then I do apologise. I am trying. But I need a break. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening along to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. First post, my 21F boyfriend 25M is going on a week-long trip to Italy. How do I not resent him? So, my boyfriend of 2 years, along with 7 of his co-workers, got invited by his work to go on a 1-week trip to Italy. Everything is completely paid for. Meals, flights, excursions, they are renting a private yacht, they're staying on a mansion on the beach, literally a trip of a lifetime, and he didn't have to pay a dime. That sounds amazing. How lucky is he? When he first told me, I was honestly anxious because 7 months ago, he had previously did something to break my trust, and we were trying to build back. Come about a week away from his trip to Italy, I find out that he had an option to bring a +1. Oh. Expenses all completely paid for as well. Literally all their other guys who were going invited their wife or girlfriend. I was the only one left out. That completely changed how I felt. It wasn't a work trip anymore. It felt very personal and left me wondering why he didn't want to invite me while all the other men had no problem bringing girlfriends along. Okay, full disclosure, when I first read the title, I kind of did think, oh, just let the lad go on a holiday with, his workmates or his pals. I can see why there would be resentment here, though. I can see. It's not the fact that he doesn't want to take her on a work trip, because if he didn't want to take her on the work trip and he said, no, it's just for work, absolutely. You shouldn't ever have to take someone on a work trip with you, if that's not what that's for. But if your work has literally said you can bring a +1 and everyone's bringing their wives and girlfriends and he's not told you, it's a bit iffy. I'd be like, well, why do you not want to bring me when everyone else is taking their wives and girlfriends? Or why would you not at least tell me and explain why you're not wanting to take me? You need to be open with your partners in relationships if you don't want it to fall to bits. When I brought it up, he said he didn't know it would mean that much to me, and he views it as a networking and making connections trip, and doesn't want to have to worry about keeping me entertained while he's busy networking and building connections, or something along those lines. And I would agree, if it wasn't for the fact that your work has encouraged you all to bring your girlfriends and wives, so they obviously have plans for the girlfriends and wives. He told me that I would basically just be sitting in our room the whole time, which at least I'd be sitting in our room in a huge mansion, on the beach, and private yacht getting fed pasta every night. Instead, I'm just sitting at the house. I feel so hurt and excluded, and now he is living his life across the world with him and a bunch of other happy couples, while I'm at home trying not to spiral. I honestly feel a lot of resentment building. He knew I was anxious of him because of him previously breaking my trust, and he knew that he had the option to invite me, but didn't. He said he never considered how I'd feel, and was thinking of it from a different perspective. Well, there's your problem. He's not considering your feelings. Even if he had said, look, I understand that you would feel hurt not coming, but I really, really just want to concentrate on work. I hope that's okay. And he had been straight from the start about what the deal is and that he could take a +1, but he'd rather not. It would be a different story, I think, wouldn't it? It would still be hurtful, I think, to the OP, but at least she'd know that he was being honest. Outside of him breaking my trust, we have an incredible relationship. We never fight, he pays for all my school, bills, anything I want. Most importantly, he is my best friend, and I don't want to destroy what we have. I mean, money is worth fuck all, love, if you're miserable. Someone could be paying for all the school and all the bills, but at the end of the day, if you're miserable, is it worth it? If you don't trust them, is it worth it? If you resent them, is it worth it? The answer to me is no. I'd rather be broken on my ass than in a relationship where I'm constantly second-guessing everything. My question is, am I being over emotional, or is this a real red flag? How do I process this and not let it turn into long-term resentment? TLDR, boyfriend of 2 years is going on a 2-week trip to Italy along with 7 of his co-workers, all of who brought their wives' girlfriends. I was the only one left out. Now I feel hurt, excluded, and unsure how to not resent him. Again, I feel like it's a red flag in the way of not that he didn't want to take you because that's his prerogative, it's a work trip. It's the red flag that he didn't tell you, he didn't give you the option or explain to you why. By the way, other people are taking their wives and girlfriends, but I don't want to this time because I really want to concentrate on networking, connecting and stuff. And I don't want to worry that I'm abandoning you in the mansion or hotel or whatever. That would be fair. It's the fact that he lied. He said it was just a work trip, and he omitted, at best, that information. He also admitted that he didn't consider your feelings, and that should tell you everything you need to know. That's the part that would hurt me, is the fact that he's outwardly admitted he did not consider your feelings. I would be like, wow, I mean that little to you. Really? So then down in the comments, Hunt Jump says, he can frame it however he wants, but he didn't want you there. End of story. And then PL Joshua says, sadly, this is the answer, OP. I'm sorry you're going through this. I would be not just resentful. I would be heartbroken if my significant other did that. My boyfriend, M27, does not want us to go to my best friend's F26 wedding. He's making me choose. F26 here. It's about my boyfriend M27. Also, we've been dating for 2 years now. My best friend's wedding is going to be on the same day as my boyfriend's birthday. My best friend was really excited when she sent me the invitation. She genuinely wants us both to come. Yes, both of us. She's invited my boyfriend too, since they were workmates for a few months. The thing is, it's also his birthday that day. Of course, I want him to be my date to the wedding, especially since it'll be our first time attending a wedding together. I was really excited when I told him over the phone that he was invited, but I didn't expect his reaction. He ended up sulking all day because it's his birthday, and it felt like he was making me choose between them. I assured him that we could celebrate his birthday in the morning. I even have a surprise planned. The wedding is in the late afternoon, so I thought we could do both. I never said I wasn't going to celebrate his birthday. It's just that I can't control the fact that my best friend's wedding and his birthday fall on the same day. They both mean so much to me, but when I tried to explain that my best friend's wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event, he got even more upset. I also assured him that this doesn't make his birthday any less special, but he's still sulking about it. I don't know what to do anymore. Is this still healthy? Wait, so how old's your boyfriend? 27. Ha, funny. I thought he was 7. Because what the hell? That's a child's reaction. I'm not being funny. He's gonna have many more flipping birthdays to come. It's not that you're sitting there saying you're not going to celebrate his birthday. You're just saying you really want to attend your best friend's wedding as well. And yes, sorry, OP's boyfriend, but the best friend's wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You have had, and will have more, flipping birthdays. Grow up. When you're an adult, birthdays really don't mean that much anymore, let's be honest. It's like, yeah, you can't always celebrate your birthday on the day, because, like, what if he was working that day? Well, then you do some at the day after, and you just have a little nice something in the evening. It's same as OP suggesting, we'll do something nice in the morning before, and then we'll go to the wedding in the late afternoon. It's just being a child, I'm sorry. I haven't celebrated my birthday in years, because even when I did have a partner, they never ever would celebrate my birthday. So I don't think I've celebrated my birthday in years. Not since I was, God, I think a teenager, to be honest. Since anyone's bothered with me for my birthday, and you don't see me fucking sulking. TLDR, my boyfriend, M27 of 2 years, is making me, F26, choose between him and my best friend's wedding. He's been sulking about it, and he does not want us to go. Again, as well, if a grown man is sulking, that would put me right off him. Like, say your piece, get it out, and get over it. It would take an act of divine intervention to make me miss my best friend's wedding. I'm telling you that for sure. I have a speech that I've had prepared since she got with her new fella. Thank you very much. I also need to be there to make sure that the day goes absolutely perfectly, because God forbid anyone tries to ruin it for her. My goodness. Hell hath no fury like her best friend scorned. Manners2210. So down in the comments, Manners2210 says, whilst he's allowed to value his birthday, absolutely, he also has to realise other things are important, and he can still be celebrated on the day or in the days surrounding. Don't miss your best friend's wedding. This is one of those where you just say, I love you and we'll celebrate your birthday, but this is my best friend and not going isn't an option. I'd love for you to come and we will have a great day, which includes celebrating your birthday. If you're determined not to come, that's unfortunate, but I'm sure you appreciate that I have to go. Ideally with you, but I will be going. Exactly. You've got to put your foot down, because I absolutely feel like he's trying to like sulk and hoping that he's going to be able to manipulate you into not going. Don't give into it. You don't give into a child when they're having a tantrum, do you? No. When my youngest was sulking the other day because I told them, no, you cannot have a third ice cream today, I didn't then go, oh no, they've not spoken to me for an hour, I must give in. No! So Anej then says, he's acting like a baby. Tell him you're going to the wedding and he can come if he can behave like an adult, or you'll just go alone. Or just go alone. Either way, you'll probably have more fun without him. Yeah, honestly, because he's probably going to have a face like a slapped arse the whole day, so I think I'd go alone. Next post. For some reason, I, 40F, have been rejected by the wives of my husband's, 55M, friend group, and I'm unsure how to navigate this. Husband and I have been together for 3 years, and we have a 9-month-old baby. Yes, unusual at our ages maybe, and yes, we have an age gap. But obviously, we were both consenting middle-aged adults when we got together. Now, that's out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I think when you're past the age of 40... age gaps aren't that important anymore, you know. you both have lived enough to be able to have a lot of life experience and not have one that's going to be very naive, you know. So the power dynamic isn't quite so there when one of you's 40 and one of you's 55. You've both had a decent enough amount of experience by then. I'm just saying that because I dog on age gaps quite often. My husband is very gregarious. I love that word. It just, I don't know why, it feels nice to say. And outgoing. He has a close-knit friend group of about 10 guys. The friends range in age from 40 to 55, with my husband being the oldest. They've met and sort of formed this group in 2020 and have just continued to grow close together. I found this extremely charming, and the fact that my husband had this group of friends is one of the things that initially attracted me to him. Also, when I met my husband, I had just moved to this city and knew very few people, so it felt exciting to have a new group of friends to be a part of. Fast forward to today and the reason for my post that never happened. I've been to quite a few events with this group of friends and I feel like I vibe well with everyone, but I've always found their wives to be a bit standoffish. However, everyone has young kids and works full-time in busy careers, so I didn't think too much of it when I didn't form any fast friendships in the group. I have become close with one of the other wives, but we still primarily double date rather than just the two of us hanging out. I don't want to make a super long post with too much detail, but in short, I told my husband I have always felt slightly awkward around his friends' wives, because they've just never seemed to warm up to me. He assured me it was all in my head. Well, a few weeks ago I saw a Facebook post. It was one woman's birthday and there was a group shot of every single one of the wives in the group out at a winery. I was not invited, and it definitely stung. I am a self-aware person and I know what my strengths and shortcomings are. I'm very well liked by my peers at work. I've lived all over the US and have many friends across the country. Nearly 30 people travelled from out of the state for my baby shower last year. I'm polite, I'm friendly, I'm well-mannered, and have made every effort to ingratiate myself with these ladies, tastefully, not desperately, to no avail. I have a feeling the issue is with my career. While I have an excellent career, earning six figures, I came from a working class family and I am a first generation college grad. All of these other women are Ivy League educated, earning upwards of $300,000 a year as a doctor, lawyer, etc. One of the reasons the men's friend group formed is that many of those men stayed home with the kids while their wives worked. So while I'm very proud of the life I built for myself, I definitely come from a somewhat different background than the rest of them. Why the hell would you want to be friends with them then? Because they sound stuck up as hell if basically the fact that you're the first person in your working class family to do this stuff makes you what? Beneath them? Like, fuck them entirely. Ew. Anyway, the point of the post, they don't want to befriend me. F it, I don't really care. I have plenty of other friends, an awesome husband, and a baby that I adore. However, for pretty much every holiday, the group wants to get together and celebrate. Now that I feel certain that I'm not well liked by the wives, I just have no interest in going. I do not blame you. I'm a new mum who works full time, I'm exhausted to the bone, and I deeply value my free time. The last thing I want to do is spend time off being fake and pretending to make small talk with people who don't like me. And I absolutely agree, I wouldn't want to either. But because I know obviously it's your husband's friends, I would probably be like, I will come to some, but I am not coming to all the get togethers. I will come to them if I feel like it, but if I've got other things I want to do, I'll go do those things instead. Because I'm not putting in a hell of a lot of effort for people who don't even want to be around me. I've tried telling my husband to please go and enjoy himself, but he desperately wants me and the baby there with him. The last event that was hosted, I opted out of it. It was just 2 days after I saw the Facebook post, and he was so hurt. He texted me the whole time begging me to come join him. Now, a big pool party is happening for the 4th of July, and I'm just dreading it. I want to support my husband, and I love the fact that he loves his friends so much, but ugh. Do I just have to suck it up and go, or what? Unfortunately, your husband's going to have to realise that just because they're his friends, they're clearly not your friends. Like, you feel hurt by the fact that they have ostracised you, essentially. And he's going to have to put up with the fact that you're not going to want to go all the time. And he's a big boy. He can go by himself. I think it's sweet he wants you to come with him. But at the end of the day, he's a big boy. He can go by himself and let you have some time to yourself too. TLDR, husband loves spending time with his close-knit group of friends, but after 3 years of trying to befriend their wives, it is becoming clear that it is not going to happen. I dread spending my precious time off with these people, but my husband really wants me to be there. What do I do? How can I be supportive of him, but also take care of my own feelings? Also, I'd like to point out that this is weirdly a running theme I've noticed. Like, I've had it even happen to me. I mean, fair dues, I am a bit weird, so that could be why. But, like, getting with a fella and then getting introduced to his friends and then their girlfriends, and the girlfriends are, like, really weird and standoffish and don't want to really know you. Even if, like, you're friendly and, you know, you try and put in the effort, and it's weird. But I'm the sort of person that, okay, if you show me you don't want me to be friends with you don't want to make an effort with me, you know, you don't like me, fine, that's fine by me. Just no skin off my nose. Just means that I don't have to make any effort to go to events that I really just honestly don't want to be at. So then, down in the comments, Cuss Bunny says, compromise, have a chat with your husband, lay it out clearly that while he may think that it's all in your head, frankly, he is not you and not one of the wives. And so the fact he himself isn't picking up the vibe doesn't mean it isn't there and real. Point to the winery outing as evidence, but agree to go to some of them, exactly. It's important to him, and while they might be a little cold and stiff with you, it doesn't sound like they're being downright nasty. So you can do the polite chatter for a few hours every now and then for his sake. In return, for the events you want to skip, he needs to say okay and not press it. No trying to argue you into it with, but this event is extra important because XYZ, and no texting you every hour trying to persuade you to come. If you can hold up your end of the bargain by making a good faith effort to show up when you can, he can hold up to his end by not guilt tripping or badgering you when you can't and accepting the no. I think that's fair. Yeah, I agree. I think it's absolutely what you should do, because it's not nice to go and hang out with people that clearly don't want to be around you, is it? Let's be honest. But if it's for your husband's sake, then yeah, now and then wouldn't hurt. Just not all the time. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for the day. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, I'll appreciate you even more. And it's like your little initiation into the cult of void. So welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.